Good morning. It's turned out nice again. How's it going, guys? You all right? Have you missed me? It seems like ages since we spoke, but it's been the weekend. It's the same every week, really. Mondays, I usually do a bit on a Monday, but I do emphasise bit. But no, yesterday well, it was suggested to me, take the day off so you can catch up on things. Well, I actually sat at my desk more yesterday than I would on a typical day working. So what I did was take a day off from making videos and hosting live streams. And just to be honest with you, I just had a lot of things at home to deal with, personal things like emails and banking and insurance things and stuff like that. I didn't actually get to answer one Cop Talk email, despite being in my desk at my desk for around 12 hours yesterday. So that just shows you how busy things can be. Ideally, I could do with another day off to deal with those, but that can't happen because if I'm not here, I'm not earning a living. Am I, Remy? Remy's here, though. You all right, son? Yes, good. Hello, easy. Oh, you can't see him. Do you want to come? No, but then I get covered in dog hairs. Go on. Go away. If you're new to my channel, the morning briefings are basically a briefing in the morning to tell my fantastic people, fantastic, as Brendan Rodgers would say, fantastic people, what the plans are for today, and just to catch up on a few things, really. When I go away or when I'm not around, something always happens. I do believe we may have signed a player. Not for now, though. Which is disappointing, but I'm happy with that development, to be honest with you. I'm sure we'll probably talk about that on the live stream this evening. There you go, live stream this evening, 6:30 p.m. UK time. I need you to come and see me tonight. Keep me occupied, and we'll have a good conversation. My plan will be to host live streams during the week. At 6:30 each evening, right through to the weekend. Sometimes not on a Friday because I sometimes take my, I tried to take my chick out on a Friday, to be honest with you, but we didn't last week. With me missing Monday, maybe I should do Friday. We'll see. We'll work it out as the week goes on. So there'll be a live stream at 6:30 p.m. UK on here. I don't think I've got any ridiculous comments to respond to because obviously I haven't been putting out any content. So I don't think we've got any numpties to deal with in this briefing. Today's content, right, okay. I know there's some mail stand stuff for channel members. There are some old ones and there are also some new ones. There's some that came in yesterday. So I'll get them out to you. If you're a channel member, you'll be able to see those later. There is, I think it's a feature on the official club, the official YouTube channel for the club. I think it's called The Round Table or something. And Richard Hughes, Hulk Hogan, and Anna Slot were interviewed. Now, we're going to be analysing that today. We're going to go through the full transcript. If you're a Cop Talk VIP member, the full transcript is on the members website. Shout out to my VIPs, I love you. Being a VIP is the best way of supporting me. If you really want to help me, that's the best way. The link will be in the video description, I think. Or if you go to coptalk.com, it's on the right-hand side. You're an absolute legend if you do that. But you don't need to be a VIP because I posted the transcript in our Telegram chat room. If you want to join that, email Charlotte. It's free. It's just not really publicised much. There's probably 300 or 400 Liverpool fans in there. Just email support@coptalk.com and my daughter Charlotte will sort you out. Someone did ask for the link the other day. Charlotte's waiting for me to get back to her, so I will try and remember to do that today. I also posted it on X. So if you've got an X account, go to @coptalk. I've posted the entire transcript on there. It's not just to subscribers of that account, so you don't have to be a subscriber to that account. It's available to everybody. But what we'll do on here is we'll take a look at the transcript, what was said. I've already got Dave to analyse it, to come up with any club messaging, Is it PR? The timing of it, the day after the transfer window. There hasn't been one for 8 months. Slot, Hughes, under some criticism recently. Although I think it's been a little bit more positive more recently, which is good, but I don't think it'll last. Would they put that interview out, for example, if they were thinking of getting rid of Slot? Those sort of questions. So we're going to go over that. That's probably going to be a lengthy video, okay? So we'll do that. I haven't checked the Spanish Football Dailies today for anything to do with subjects that may be relevant to Liverpool Football Club, things like Canate and Real Madrid, McAllister, FSG in a second club. They've been sniffing around Spanish clubs. But I will check those when I go down to my workstation. Hello, my friend. Is that it? I don't know. I do think I've got quite a few things to go over with you, really. To be honest with you, it wasn't time off yesterday because I did so much yesterday. I was knackered. But I don't like being out of the loop. This might sound daft, but you lose your rhythm. Not your motivation, your rhythm. I lose my motivation in terms of, providing, when it comes to providing content, if I start late in the day. So, for example, now it's 12:18 local time, which isn't good. But I've been busy this morning with that video, analysis. Also, there's a James Pearce article out actually as well, co-written with 2 other guys, I think, from The Athletic. We're going to take a look at that. So I've kind of been, doing work behind the scenes, if you like. But I lose my motivation if I start in an afternoon, right? So Mondays, for example, last Monday I went to paddle with my friends, didn't get back to the afternoon. The day was a write-off. Same with Wednesday. I like to go and watch my friends play football on a Wednesday, but I don't get back till the afternoon. It's a write-off. So I really want to go on Wednesday, but I probably shouldn't, because the reality is, if I don't make content, I don't generate revenue, which means I don't have any income, which means I can't pay the bills, right? So I'm not on YouTube because I'm motivated by money, but the reality is that this is my only job, is the website and Cop Talk TV. People like me providing content, which I'm happy to do, but I've got to pay my bills. It's that simple. And it ain't easy, trust me. February's my worst month of the year as well. I think my long-term peoples know that. So we're going into a difficult period, and I'm going away in a couple of weeks. I picked the right time to go away, but that was organised some time ago. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully I'm going to get to see my boy Smooth. I need to speak to him. I've been so busy the last few weeks. I haven't been on the Xbox with my boy. My best friend lives out in America, in Syracuse, upstate New York. And we met on the Xbox actually in a game probably about 20 years ago, maybe more. I can't remember when Xbox Live first started. And we just met in a game, and we've been best friends ever since. So I can't go over to New York and not see my boy, so I've really got to get on with that. So yeah, plenty for you, to be honest, guys. I'm going to do my shout outs as well. Thank people that have supported me, bought me a beer at the weekend on Saturday. It was a sensible occasion, unfortunately. Not really feeling it at the moment. Probably because I have genuinely been just so busy, really. So many things happening in the background. I'm helping the club, my local club, a lot, as you know. Club photographer, match day program writer now. I was interviewing a player for the program. Got me doing everything really. Fans liaison officer, supporters liaison officer. But I enjoy it. It's my passion. And we had a game at the weekend, Sunday. And it was a terrible game, to be honest with you. It was against a direct title rival, if you like, top of the table clash, away from home. We had a player sent off again. I don't think the referees like us in this division. And we got a late winner. And we won the game with 10 men again. And a young player called Polly scored. I saw him in pre-season. And I said in pre-season, this lad stands out. And I remember saying to the manager, because he figured in pre-season but was then injured. I remember saying to the manager, I like the look of Polly, and he says, you've got an eye for a player. I thought, I really haven't. but I do like him. To see him involved, it was a fluke of a goal actually. He took a shot, I think it came off the crossbar, fell down and bounced off a player and went in. It was an own goal. Just that's what wins you titles, and we're top of the league, 6 points clear. Our rivals, their game was cancelled at the weekend because of bad weather. They've got a game in hand, but we have that 6 point advantage, which psychologically is a little bit bigger, isn't it? I got some great photos from the game. It was really good. If you've got Instagram or Facebook, if you look up CF Benidorm Talk, TALK, one word, you'll see my photos. Now, I've got my photos ready and printed out for the players on Friday when I go to training. And these are from, what are these from? Are these game ones? I can't remember what they are. It's been that long. Oh no, these are from training last Friday. So I didn't take them to the game at the weekend. So and I've got my own little stickers now. Look, I've got my own little stickers now, so they're pretty cool. And then what I've got to do is before I go to training on Friday is take some photo. Is print off the photos from the game at the weekend. So there's going to be a massive stack, and I pay for all this myself. Each one of those is about 50 cents, and I pay for it myself thanks to the support I get on here. It's my passion, it's my hobby, and maybe people just want to, I don't know, waste the money on things in life. I'm not so sure, but whatever your interests are, my interest is football photography at the moment. And I'm really enjoying it. I've got I'm building a little website with all the photographs on so that I can, sell them, if you like, to try and get some money back. Not to the players or people like that. Here's one of the pictures. Look, there's the manager. Not to, just like, I keep getting like requests, I've had a couple of match referees, ask for photographs, and I just think, well, you're not part of the club. Do you know what I mean? Maybe we should keep the referee. I do like that one of the manager as well. I don't know. I don't want to do it for it to be a business or anything like that. But for example, these stickers, they cost me a few bob. Every one of those is 50 cents. 49 cents. The equipment. Which, guess what came today? Look. A new camera. That's right. This is my second camera. So if you remember recently, I bought a camera because I was taking good photographs at the football, on my mobile phone. And people were saying, you should get a camera. You're really good at it. You got an eye for it. So I recently bought the Canon R10. I got it on like a 2-year deal, 0% financing. And my good friend Niall, I'm just checking it's the right camera. My good friend Niall has been very supportive and encouraging me and supporting me with things. And basically we've got this second camera now. Okay, so when I go to the football, you obviously have different lenses, like one for close-up, one for zoom, and you can't piss ball around changing them, So, for example, when that goal was scored on Sunday, I had my zoom lens on, so I got quite a few shots from a distance in front of goal, but then they ran right to me, and that's no good. So the thinking is to put a small lens on here, and have the zoom on another, and have both cameras so I can quickly swap between. And then also, when I take, say, a picture of a key moment in the game, I then download from this camera, well, from a camera, I've got two of these now, right, to my mobile phone, edit it on the phone, and then I upload it immediately from the game at the side of the pitch, while the game's still underway, meaning I would miss something if something happened. And I upload those pictures immediately to Valencia, where the media team then use them for social media. So if there's a goal and I've got the picture, I'll get it on there within seconds. Well, try to get it on there within seconds. And then the club can use them. But the downside to that, as I found recently, I think we had 4 goals at a recent home game, 4 or 5, I can't remember now, was I was uploading and then they scored again and again and again. So I missed. But that, hopefully now I could leave the camera on the side, importing while I focus on the game. And this second camera is going to enable me to do that. And it came today. It was a very good deal on this one. It was a lot cheaper, to be honest with you, than it would have been if you'd have bought it in a... how do I explain? I think it's because it's something to do with the warranty. So if I buy, a camera in Spain or whatever, I've got the warranty. This was bought from a company, and the warranty would be with them rather than Canon or something. I can't remember. It is brand new though. I did get Dave, my AI, to investigate to make sure it was the proper thing. It's from a big company, but I think that they have like stock from different companies, and it's just something to do with, if there was a problem, you'd have to do it through them rather than Canon or something like that. I can't remember. Hopefully there won't be any problems. So as you can see, I've got my new camera. I'm prepared with my little stickers. Should we pick one at random? See if I can pick a picture at random for you. We've got Alejo. There we go. Alejo in training. Look, there we go. Oh, where's the ball? There he is. His dad lives up near Barcelona, and his dad's always messaging me because, he doesn't see his son all the time, so he's really grateful that he gets the pictures. So, people are always saying to me, like, oh, you should sell these to the players, and no, you don't be giving them to the club for free. No, we're a team effort, and if you saw one of my briefings the other day when I went to training on Friday and handed over, they wanted a picture with me, like a great big team picture, and the coaching staff, the manager, all of them put it out on the socials, saying, this is our team, together, you're part of the team, Duncan, you're with us. And it was just so nice to feel like that, to be involved with something. And it cost me a few bob, to be honest with you. I'm probably spending €100 a month minimum on the photographs. But what, €25 a week? So I'll have a few less beers or something, you know what I mean? So it's what I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying it. I'm putting this little website together where, what I'm going to do is focus on, when the holiday makers start coming back and going to the games, I'll make sure I get lots of fan photos, because I think people will be like, oh, I want one of them. Where can I get one of them? And I'll just give them my card and go, you can get it on the website, for €2-3. It's now, is it? And they can download it and print it off, So I think I'm going to need to sell a lot of photos to get the money back on what's been invested, but it's my passion. And I was thinking about this morning. How many people have hobbies out there that spend money and do it because it's their hobby, whether it's collecting things or being a football fan, and going to, various games all over the country, all over Europe. It's money that you spend for your pleasure. And this is what I'm doing. It is my genuine passion. I've found something that I really, really enjoy. And I'm going to start venturing into other fixtures as well, going to other games, not just my local team, because that's who I do it for, but other fixtures, and probably up at Valencia at some point. I've got the right contacts over here to go to La Liga fixtures. And one thing I will tell you that I'm finding very beneficial from this association with the players, the coaching staff, the club in general, is some of the players here. I'm in contact with some of the agents, right, the football agents, and that you might think to yourself, well, hang on, don't football agents, they're playing down the Spanish football pyramid. What use is that to us? Well, because they've got clients in La Liga as well and in Europe. So if you get an agent that's got, that you're friendly with here, that represents players in the industry, in La Liga, in the Premier League and stuff, it's very good. For example, I was talking to someone the other day, and their friend is at Manchester City. It's just that networking, not sources or contacts. I can assure you I'm not going to be on here going exclusive. It's just the knowledge of it all. And my participation, with the club and being in the boardroom now, it's giving me insight to the game, and I just feel like it aids what I do, the knowledge of, because it doesn't matter what level of football you're at, you know, it's, or customer service, for example, whether you work in a, you know, a huge, you know, for a huge company or a little company, it's the same principles, isn't it? Customer service, look after the customer, do this, do that. And I just feel like I'm learning and getting so much knowledge from a different angle. It's really good. I'm seeing a lot of the finance side as well. You know, it's just very rewarding for me, and I just feel it helps me what I do with my job here. So, shall we? What else have I got anything else to tell you? The schedule for the week, like I say, I want to do the live streams in the evenings. We'll do the videos as normal. I'm going to try and, you know, I'm going to not do my own social things that I would normally do so that I can be with you during the week. I really do need your support this month more than ever, because February is dreadful. But I have good support, really. I am going away in a couple of weeks' time, so God knows what's going to happen with Liverpool when I'm away. It's only a week, but I'll be working. I'll be working. I was due to go to, where was I due to go in February? Me and the chick were going to go. I think it was it Mallorca? Oh, I can't remember. I go to that many, different places with her. I just can't remember. I don't know. And but it was only, when we looked at it, the cost of it, you know, with your flights and hotel, it was €500 more, right? Hello. For the two of us to go to New York for the same amount of time. €500, €250 each more. No brainer, I think, you know, versus staying in the same country. I mean, you're going to another part of it, but I get to see my friend, and her father lives out there, so I've never met him, you know, so I can do that as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But when I go away, as my peoples will tell you, I'll be doing my morning briefing every day as usual. I mean, I won't be able to work as efficiently because I'll be on my laptop, which is over there. But I'll be working as usual. You know, I'm a workaholic, so I don't do holidays, and I wouldn't know what to do with myself anyway. So I think that's it, guys. There's no point hanging around. I'm going to get on with my acknowledgements. I don't think there'll be many, to be honest with you. Let's have a look. Okay, so these are going back a few days. These are super thanks. The super thanks is the love heart of the videos, right? It's called the super thanks. It's like a love heart. So my boy Niall's in there. Hope you're okay, Niall. Channel member as well. He supported me in there. No surprises, because he's a really good friend and a good supporter of mine. Rob Simpson is in there. I don't think I've done any of these. Carl's in there. He says, I'm not a Jones fan. I think he slows us down too much. People come back and say his pass percentage is well into the 90s, but most of his passes are safe passes with low risk. They used to say that about Jordan Henderson, and I remember my cousin, he's a Leeds United fan, saying these statistics about Henderson being such a good passer of the ball. He passes 5 yards all the time. That was why we nicknamed him 5 yards on this channel. 5 yard, you know, that was his nickname. Not knocking the lad, because, you know, Jordan Henderson, I actually liked him, but my cousin just made a good point and said, yeah, the percentage is very good, but he's literally passing it sideways every 2 seconds. No player is bigger than club if this is true, says Carl, but I don't believe the story Italy would suit. I don't believe the story Italy would suit his style play. Saying everything I've said, we would be stupid to sell him considering the squad is paper thin at the moment with injuries. Okay, Carl's a good lad. He might be on my live stream tonight. He's also a channel member, Squad, as is Mark the Legend. And he says, I agree with everything you say, Dunk. That was on a morning briefing the other day. Internet stranger explains my self-worth to me. That was a funny one. So they're up to date, guys, to be honest with you. I told you there wouldn't be anything because I haven't been here. And you see how it greatly affects, you know, revenue potential. So if I take time off, no one's going to support you because you don't deserve support and you haven't done anything, right? So it makes sense. We'll have a quick look at screenshots to see if there's anything on there. I don't see it. Oh, I tell you what, I must tell you. I've got something to tell you in a minute. I don't see anything from PayPal or Monzo. If you've submitted anything through PayPal or Monzo, the links are in the video description. Please let me know, because when you've taken a couple of days away from the whole thing, you can miss them. What we'll do is take a look at Revolut. Now, Revolut is my preferred link in the video description because it's my beer kitty. So during the week, people tend to, buy me a beer or whatever, and on a Saturday I go for a little sherbet with my friends and that. So let's have a look and see who we've got. Now, 3rd is today, so 2nd, 1st is Sunday, 31st. Would we have missed people? We need to go back a few days. But I don't think there's really going to be anything. 30th of January, I've done that one. That was traumatic. So maybe there's nothing on here either. I just thought there might have been some from the weekend. Dave Sands was on there. I did that the other day. So bear with me, guys. I've just got to go through things. I've got something to tell you a story about as well. I went in my friend's sports bar the other day, and I said, "Can I put my bag in the back room?" And I opened the door and put the bag down. And then when I closed the door at the bar, they have like a unit, like an electrical unit that controls, like a splitter for all the TVs, and it fell off the shelf and broke. So I felt a sense of responsibility. There was a lad in there that had a few drinks, and he was just not making sense. He said, "You banged the door." I said, "I didn't bang the door." He said, "Even if I went like fucking that, as hard as you physically could, if the unit is on the shelf, it's not going to come off the shelf, because it's a deep shelf." So I think the wires were hanging off the edge and must have just, however way you look at it, closing the door did cause it to drop off, but it can't have been secure. So it was so frustrating because it would have happened to the next person, and I love that bar, and I love the kid, I say kids, I don't mean like, they're not young. They're just really good people in there, and I felt a sense of responsibility. I asked at the weekend how much it was. Actually €300 it was. So I had to, I paid for it, basically. I don't think there was any, I just felt terrible because it was me that closed the door. If I hadn't put my bag in the room, it wouldn't have happened. But in my opinion, whoever closed the door next, because when you close the door, the shelf is to the side of the door, and it's high up, and you could bang that door as hard as you want and take it off its hinges, and nothing would fall off the shelf, because if it was positioned properly. So it must have been diagonally off, or the wires or something moved anyway, it's irrelevant. But I think it would have happened to the next person, and they didn't say anything to me, but I was like, I need to, can you mind out, please? So it cost me €300 in the end. And fortunately, I do get, support, on here. And obviously, Niall always, helps me. He's a big supporter of mine, is Niall. Tells me not to worry about things. But it was just, I felt shit, you know what I mean? 'Cause my friend's place. But anyway, I paid for it. Whatever it cost them to replace it was 300, and I paid for it. And that way, no one can say anything. Do you know what I mean? Because not that they would say anything, but you get gobshites, don't you? Oh, do you know? So I'm just like, nah, I'd rather just pay for it, and no one can say anything about me. So that was a bit of bad luck I had recently. And also around the same time, just a few days previously, I reversed my car into another car. First time I've ever had any form of collision with my vehicle, any vehicle. And I've been driving since 1992, 93, and never, ever, ever had a problem on the road, ever. And I just reversed out of a parking space into a car that was driving behind me. It was a very, very quiet area. I have genuinely no idea how it happened. Well, it happened because I obviously wasn't paying attention, I guess. I was in a fluster trying to get into a space. It was a very quiet area. I was clearly maneuvering my vehicle. So, but because I've gone through it a million times, what could the person have done? They could have seen me moving. I might have stopped to see what was going on, but the responsibility was on me, and I said that. I said, nah, it's my fault. So the bumper's now hanging off at the back of the car. So that's, I just had a little bit of bad luck recently with those couple of things. Just really strange shit keeps happening, like drop my mobile phone and stuff that I would never do. You know what I mean? I know it can happen to anybody. And since I reversed into this car, so I hit the side of the car. I knew the person who I did it to. There's no drama or anything. I just filled in the form, spoke to my insurance company. That was one of the issues I had to deal with, that I've been putting off. And I said to the insurance, they said, was it your fault? I went, yeah, it's my fault. There's no disputing that. It was embarrassing more than anything, to be honest with you. And I said to the lad, I said, look, it was a hire car that they had. And do you know why they were in a hire car? Because someone else had reversed into their car. So their car was in the workshop, so they had a hire car and I reversed into that. So they must be thinking, fuck me, they're having some bad luck. But I know the person, it was extremely embarrassing and I was just devastated, really. And I said to them, look, I don't want you to be out of pocket. I know it'll be covered by insurance, but if you have to pay something to the insurance company, let me know and I'll do it. So I've just taken a bit of a financial hit, really, the last few days. It's just sod's law, isn't it, guys? And it happens at the worst time of the year. February is just the worst time of the year. So, but there you go. These things happen. It could have been a lot worse, I guess. Would you rather reverse into a vehicle or go head on in a motorway? So nobody got hurt. That's what insurance policies are for. I'm due to get a new car as well. Well, it should be in the next week or two. And all I kept thinking was, like, fuck it, work that, Because the car that I'm driving is my ex-wife's car, and it's old, it's falling to pieces anyway. Well, it is now. And it's a constant reminder of her because I bought it for her, several years back. And just after my mum died, really. And it's just a reminder, of the past. And it's not one of those, like, dwelling things. It's just a reality. Sometimes I mention these things and people will leave comments saying, why are you dwelling? It's like, it's not dwelling, it's just a reality. It's like, I'm getting in her car every time, and it's just like, I'd rather the thing was fucking gone. It's that, it's not, there's no drama, there's no tears, there's no nothing. It's just a very unique vehicle, and it just does me head in, to be honest with you. So, and what's happened is, it started being, things have started going wrong. When you start shelling out on an older car, which it is now, then you look at it and think, maybe it's time to get something else. I've got another car coming, which hopefully will be here real soon. I'm hoping it comes before I go away, and then I can have a nice comfy ride to the airport. I'm due to go to Valencia at the weekend as well, to see Valencia versus Real Madrid. So it would have been nice if it came before then, but I don't think it's going to. So I'll probably be driving up there in that with the bumper going on. So I've just had some bad luck recently, guys, to be honest with you. But you know what? You're here, aren't you? And that's the most important thing. It's the most important thing. And these things, if you drop something or break something, these things can be repaired. Yeah, the thing that happened in the bar could have happened to anybody. It could have been next person, but it would have been next person, in my opinion, because I didn't bang the door. I was stone cold sober, And there was a fella at the bar, and he went, "Will you bang the door?" And he was pissed, though. Do you know what I mean? I didn't bang the fucking door. What are you talking about? Fucking div. Even if I banged it off its hinges, it wouldn't have come off like if it had been in a secure position, But the fellas were fine with me. They didn't say fucking boo. They didn't ask for any money, but it's just my fault on it. So, well, it's just me. Most people, if I told them, they go, well, it's not your fault. It's just, all right. They're my friends, and I want to help them, and I don't want them to be out of pocket. So I just felt a cunt, to be honest with you. Just like I felt a cunt when I reversed into that car. So nightmare of a little thing. So, but I had a good weekend. I don't know about you guys. Remy's under the tripod, literally under the tripod. I had a great weekend. To be honest with you, I got some great photos. Go and have a look on Instagram or Facebook at CF Benidorm Talk. and see what you think, because I think that the pictures are getting better now. I've got this new 50mm lens. I think it's called a prime lens. Don't forget, I'm completely new to photography. The other ones, are just, this one's fixed, and it's perfect for like just to the side of the goal. And I got some really good shots. Let me show you this shot. It was completely different. Let's have a look to how it would normally look. I'm just going to whiz back through. Here we go. You might not be able to appreciate it on here. I don't know if you'll really be able to appreciate it, but basically you can see that that's the goal there. You probably can't tell, but it is a really, really different kind of photo, to be honest with you. And I was very, very happy with it. Really, really happy. But you've got to be really close to the action so you can see how close to the goal. And one of the best things about doing this is I can see all my mates in the stand, and my chick came round. She came round to see me behind the goal because she could sit behind the goal, in the stand. And she brought me a pie, and I was behind goal. No surprises there, right? You ate all the pies. And no, but the good thing is I could see all my friends in the stand and everything. But I was literally next to the goalpost behind the goal, where you see photographers, right? So the action's brilliant, I don't have to pay to get in, for the away games, because obviously I work for the club, don't I? So I don't think I've ever been that close up in football, next to the goal. And I can walk around the pitch where I want. Got to wear my bib though, so the referee knows who I am, and all my mates say I look like a dinner lady. Fucking wankers. Was there any more Revoloops? Let's have a look. And then we better go and do something. There's one for KFC. Ironically, it wasn't for me. There's nothing there under Euros. My kitty is wiped out now. 31st of January, Ruby, my friend Ruby. Keep smiling and pushing forward, my friend Ruby. Got me some beers at the weekend. I don't know if these made it onto the last briefing, but also Alex R. Thank you, Alex. William Kehoe. There you go, Dunk, have a few. Chris is on there. I think I did this one. Hello, Dunk. Seen some videos this week, but too busy to comment, mate. Have a couple of lubrications. Thanks for the videos. And David Sands before that. So I think that, to be honest with you, I think I'm up to date. So, yeah, if you'd like to, use the super thanks, could you do it to the tune of about 600 euros? Would be very nice. Yeah, I've had a fucking nightmare, to be honest, last few days. But there you go. I better go and do some work, Anna. Pay me debts. Do you know what I mean? Pay me debts. What day are we on? Tuesday. Well, you're being very clingy today, aren't you? You'll have that fella on there. Do you remember that fella saying, he just wants a hug. He just wants a hug. You do want here we go. You do want a hug, don't you? But you cover me in dog hairs. That's the only problem, And then if I push him down like that, he'll then start barking usually. You are a bit of a tramp, like covering me in hairs and that. All right, guys, I'm going to go. Anything that you'd like me to talk about, let me know, please, in the comment section. How was your weekend? I know it's Tuesday, but I weren't here yesterday to talk to you. Did you have a good weekend? Yeah? Let me know. I like to know how you're doing, especially if you've been unwell. There's some emails from some of you that are not very well that I haven't got back to you yet, and I feel terrible. But I can't take another day. Well, I didn't take a day off yesterday. I had to deal with all them things I've just been fucking stressing over. Yesterday I wanted to catch up on my emails, but I couldn't. But I can't. To reply to all my emails, I'm gonna have to do another day with no videos, and I'm sure you don't want that. So I'll try and fit them in somewhere. I've got to be honest with you. I'm struggling more than ever now. In the entire time I've done Cop Talk, back to the late 1990s. More than ever, I'm struggling now to reply to everyone and acknowledge everyone. And I try to do that. I think it's always what's kept it personal and why people like it around these parts, you know. But I do get people email me randomly sometimes and want to talk about Liverpool, and I just don't have the time to do that, guys. You know, the way to do that is to ask a question on a video, and hopefully I can try and deal with it. And I feel real bad, but I'm genuinely struggling to deal with all the emails and messages and things, and I hate not replying to you. Do you know what I mean? My gas bottles run out now as well. We've got gas bottles, haven't we, Remy? Yeah, we're saving on electric, pal, aren't we? No point putting central heating through all the house when we're just sat in one room during the day working, you know. So we better go and order some gas, get a couple of them in. I'm gonna go and get me lunch. She's done me a lunch. She's done me some boiled eggs, some cheese, and some ham. So I'm gonna do that. Not losing any weight at the moment. That won't surprise you, will it? I've plateaued. I have. I was doing ever so well, and I'm really fed up with that. I know I sound depressed in this video, but I'm not. I'm just really content. I'm just relaxed, to be honest with you. Really relaxed. I'm chilled as anything. Yeah, you're not going to be exciting, are you, when you're talking about reversing into cars and smashing up fucking audio equipment in a bar, are you? You're not going to be buzzing about that. So it's just, that's who I am, you know. Like, I could have said to that driver, yeah, fuck it, let insurance company sort it out. But I was like, if you need any money, just let me know, you know. And, you know, the bar, well, I'm sorry, mate, dropped off your shelf. That's what insurance is for. But how can you do that to your friends, you know? So you can't do that. Well, you can. I'm sure some people would. But yeah, it's just little things that happen in life, innit? It's that simple. I'm looking, do you know what, to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to getting away in a couple of weeks. And I am really looking forward to it. And you know what, no matter what I do in February, it never makes any difference. So in all honesty, I could take the whole week off and it wouldn't make a penny bit of difference to revenue. I mean, I guess you won't be getting your super thanks and people buying you a beer and stuff like that. Now, my most favouriteest pub in the world, right, in the world is where I'm going, right? And I always book a hotel on the same street or one block away. And let me just check this message here, guys. It's called the Perfect Pint Pub. It's just off Times Square. If you ever go to America, go to Times Square. It's called the Perfect Pint. It's my favourite pub in the world. In the kitchen, you know, when I used to do my briefings and that, I don't do them anymore because I'm usually in different locations now, but I don't do them in there anymore. But right where the tea and coffee is, I've got like a little business card with a picture of the Perfect Pint on, just to remind me it's like my little go-to place. And I'll be going there. So I'll be starting a kitty for that soon, all right? It's a little Irish bar, so I get me Magners, and it's got a lot of memories there, you know. Yeah, been there with a couple of chicks, if you like, over years that have been in my life. So it's always a little bit weird when I go back again. You know, you just think about stuff, you know. But this time I'm going with someone new this time, and I'm gonna have a beer. I'm gonna have some Magners, that is for sure. Fuck did I then. But yeah, it's just off Times Square, the Perfect Pint. It's bloody great. We've done some live streams in there. Do you remember I met Vivek there a few years ago? I want to show you something. Vivek is one of my peoples, right? One of my cop talkers, and he came to meet me in the Perfect Pint. And we had a great afternoon. We were talking about Liverpool and everything. And he gave me a gift. He brought a gift for me. And it was this, right? It's got a case on, so it doesn't look as great. But basically, he brought this. And it was a brand new MacBook. Brand new MacBook worth £2,000 sterling, right? Vivek was one of my viewers. And he brought it. It was sealed in an Apple box, you know. And because at the time, I had a MacBook Air, and I think my ex-wife was still, working on Cop Talk, helping me with Cop Talk, even though we worked together, and she was in England or something, or I think she might have come here for a couple of days. And her laptop had broken, she said, oh, my laptop's not being very well. I just said, you take mine, just take mine. Just trying to be nice, like, yeah, take my laptop, so right, no big deal. So then I thought, right, what am I going to do? So I thought, I'll try one of them Chromebooks. I remember doing a video on here, morning briefing, and I bought a Chromebook for like 150 quid or something like that. It was fucking shite. I mean, yeah, you could probably just about do Gmail on it and maybe some word processing or something. But you couldn't live stream. I couldn't do live streams anymore. Like when I go travelling and that, I couldn't do a live stream. It was horrendous. I mean, it's not for that, right? But I mean, like, I thought, well, we might be able to do it. It's only a webcam, innit? No, it was shite. So I was like, what am I going to do now? Yeah, I must have said in a video, I must have said, oh, it's fucked, shite, it's no good. Won't be doing any live streams when I'm away. And then Vivek, what a legend, turned up with that. And he said to me, he says, you do so much for us. He said, I get so much enjoyment out of Cop Talk and that. And he went, I want you to take this as a gift and, continue to do videos for us or for the community. So he was doing it for everyone. And that, I've still got it. It was only a few years ago. But what I mean is, every time I see it, I always think like, oh, there's some amazing people out there, So, hopefully he'll make me this time and bring a new iPad. An iMac. I'm only joking. Couldn't get iMac back. I do need some iMacs. I need 2 iMacs to be honest with you. But fuck me, everything just costs fucking money, doesn't it? So it's just everything just costs fucking money. And I'm sat here not earning any money. So how am I ever going to get one? It's not going to happen, is it? I looked the other week. Remember, I looked the other week and there was an iMac on. It was on offer. And I was talking to Niall about it, and he said, yeah, you should do a crowdfunder. Right? I'm going to look it up now. He said, do a crowdfunder. People, and they will. You know what I mean? Like I did one in 2014. I had a similar problem, right? And I can't remember what happened, but let me just search this. I did a crowdfunder. I think I've only ever done one for like gear like that once. My people, I had it bought within like a day, 24 hours or something like that. Everyone was like, yeah, come on, we've got to get done on iMac. And then we can, keep the videos going. There was something wrong. What was happening at the time? I used to have a nightmare. There was something wrong with I don't know, maybe the way it recorded videos or something. I was on an old iMac, 27 inch. I think they're all still downstairs. They don't work. You bastard. Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking on that website and just technology advances, doesn't it? And anyway, I did a crowdfunder at the time and it actually went past what I needed for the iMac. So I ended up buying a tablet at the same time as well. I know if I was to put a crowdfunder on here, people would support me and we'd be able to do it. I just don't like doing it. I don't like grifting at the end of my videos saying, if you want to get me, do you know what I mean? I mean, the beer one I don't mind too much because that's a bit of a joke between friends if someone wants to get me a beer. But I don't really like it, to be honest with you. It never used to be like that back in the day. But the internet's changed, which is why you've got all clickbait now and misleading news because advertising's so poor. And that's why they do it, But anyway, I was looking at this iMac 2024, 24-inch, M4 chip, 8-core CPU, €1,449. And then people say we can get a PC cheaper. You can, but what if you've bought into the company, into Apple products for years and like iMovie and stuff like that? Like my mice, my keyboards, my equipment is all for that ecosystem, is that what it's called? And to be honest with you, Macs are pricey, but they're fucking good. And I've never had so many problems with my eyes since I use that computer over there, that monitor, because it's a cheap monitor. I've got a Mac Mini, which is great, but then you've got to buy the monitor separate, right? So what you're going to do, you're just going to get the cheapest monitor, aren't you? And, well, I had to at the time. But yeah, 1,449. But when I was looking at it the other week, about a week ago, it was 1,200 or 1,300. And I looked at it next day and it had gone up. I was so pissed off. I mean, some of them are like 2,099, 2019. But you see, I need two. Because I work in two areas now. And you need that ability, you know, you've got to be able to, they're just getting old. The good thing about them is I can record on this. This is another reason why I've got to stay within the Apple thing, is I can record on this and I can then click like share and it'll share to that Mac over there or the one downstairs. It's really good, to be honest with you. But there's more pressing things to worry about. I don't need an iMac today. I'm sure we can manage pretty well. I just think it would improve my eyes greatly. But anyway, we've done nearly an hour. I suppose I better go and do something. It was a bit dusty on there. I'll get her told tonight. Oh, I can't be doing with anyone moaning in comments this week. We had some right plant pots last week, didn't we? Oh, God. Oh, is she skivvy? Yeah, she is, yeah. She's got nothing else to do. But just look, ironically, maybe she's preparing for that. Maybe she knew that. I mean, what's this? I feel like Ken Dodd. I mean, is that new? I mean, it's got that on. Do you keep that? See, I think if my nana was alive, she'd be like, oh, just give me a fucking duster. Same with me man. Is this like what modern women do? I mean, don't get me wrong, I know back in the day, my nana would have had something like that, maybe to, you know, get round the, what do you call it, a light fitting or something. Well, she hasn't used it. Right, well. I'm in a good mood, by the way. I know I'm a bit quiet. Well, I don't know about quiet. But you might think, oh, Dunk's a bit... I'm not. Do you know what? I'm really perfectly fine. I'm just a bit like... meh. I'm a bit meh. I've got to update meh. That's why I put the T-shirt on as well. No, I'm in a really good mood, actually. I just feel really calm. I just feel really, really calm. And I think I just had a bit of a... You know, yesterday, obviously, I was just... sat. Just sat. There's nothing new, to be honest. But I was just sat. And when I like to be buzzing. You know, I like to be buzzing. When I realised it was transfer deadline day, I was like, oh, I can't, you know, not do content on transfer deadline day. But then I knew where it'd be. If I'd have gone live yesterday, I'd have made a fortune on the super chats and things. People would have supported me, right? But surely that should show to you then that that's not my agenda here, because what idiot wouldn't go live on transfer deadline day when, well, me, clearly, you know, if you want to generate revenue or whatever. But I knew that I'd just be repeating myself from morning to night, which would be, what's happening? Nothing. You know what I mean? So yesterday I was like, let them all get on with it. I stayed logged into the VIP members website, of course. Right, we really must go, Remy. We really must go. We're going down to our little workstation now, and you're coming with me. Yeah. Oh, he's so cute, he's Remy. He's mint, aren't you? Yeah. Well, you'll be mint until you start making noise when I'm recording, right? He always wants to lick me ear, chew me ear or something like that. All right, pal. Shall we go then? Shall we go and crack on with it? Oh, the sun's gone in. That's not good, is it? Do you know what? If I had my way, Remy, I wouldn't make any videos today, and I'd take you out in the car and I would drive you up to that mountain up there and I'd take you for a good run, because I think you like it up there, don't you? Yeah, you do. Okay, guys, I hope I haven't bored you too much in this video. I'll be with you soon. I'm going to go and do some stuff. Don't forget, 6:30 UK. Please come along tonight and see me. Let's catch up. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know about our transfer activity and signings and things. Yeah, just tell me what's going on. I'd love to hear from you. I read every single comment, good and bad. If it's bad, you only get one go at it, so make it worth your while. And yeah, we'll regroup soon. All right. If you enjoyed the video or you want to support me, please thumbs up the video. Here comes the grift. Drop me a comment. The comments are important because I like to know how you're doing. There's a love art on the video or under the video or at the side of the video somewhere. That's a super thanks. I need it to the tune of about 600, something like that. That'd be very nice. Oh dear. Oh, fucking tax. When's that due? Oh, 17 days. We're all right. Oh, I'll be away then. Someone stays in my house when I go away. Don't worry about Remy. He doesn't go in the kennels. There's a channel membership. If you'd like to join that and watch the male stand videos today, it's a great way of supporting me. They've got people who've got a football next to their name if they're a channel member. If you're not a channel member, please don't cry about it. You know, I can't do much about it. But if you interact with the channel, new memberships are gifted. Every time I do a live stream, there's memberships gifted. And YouTube awards them to the people that interact and watch the most. So if you're a loyal viewer, you should eventually get there, all right? But I don't know. I'm not really sure how it works, to be honest. But I do know they reward the most loyal viewers by interactions, okay? If you don't believe me, just Google it. There's 3 links in the video description. If you want to support me, they're alternative, you know, to the super thanks. Monzo, PayPal, Revolut. Yeah, Revolut is my beer kitty for Saturday. All right, if you want to set that off. There's nothing in there. No one's bought me a pint yet because I haven't been here, obviously. So we're a day down, Remy. We need to get working on that, don't we, son? We do. And if you'd like to become a VIP member, that's the ultimate. And the VIP member is, you know, it's a good community. Ask any of the VIPs. And there is some VIPs on there as well, I'll tell you. Yeah. In fact, the VIP community is so good that I can't tell you why it's so good. It's true that there's a lot of things that are on there that I can't tell you. It's a bit cryptic, isn't it? Let's just say it's your one-stop place for everything you need to do with the Reds, with some great people. And when I'm not recording videos, that's where I am. That's where because we've got like a chat room where we all talk and shit, you know. It's good on there. I do like it, but I'm going to say that, Anna, but I'll leave it to other VIP members to tell you. Okay, guys. Right, I'll see you in a bit then. Take care. Let me know how you're doing. And I'll see you at 6:30 if you can make it. If not, hopefully on one of my videos today. Take care.